40% of kids in the United States are overweight. How to get your kid off the couch and turn them into a super athlete. In this video, I'm going to provide you 3 simple actions you can take today to get your kid off the couch and turn them into a super athlete. If you're listening to this, do me a favor. Please leave us a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, your favorite podcast platform. Easiest way for us to grow and get great world-class guests to help you is to get more reviews on there. So please do that. It's totally free. It's the easiest way to support us as well. And if you're watching this on YouTube, do me a favor, subscribe below. We are providing you with high-level content to get you shredded, develop a world-class mindset, grow your business, and also we have a peak performance parenting series. Many of you guys are dads, moms. I know I'm a dad out there. This video falls under that category. And to live a great life, right? It's not just about getting your body right, getting your energy right, not just about getting your business right, but it's also about having a holistic, thorough, fulfilled life. And that all starts at home with your family. And if your kids are struggling with their health, physically, mentally, then it's hard to feel good about yourself, no matter how jacked you are, no matter how many millions you have in your bank. And this is a growing number, so it is really concerning. And there are some really, really, really simple things you can do. At this point, I don't know how deep in the game your kids are culturally, so they might not be easy at first, but they are simple to do. And they work. They're transformative. They work with my kids, and the science is undeniable on all this. So I want to give you 3 strategies today. Get your kid off the couch, turn them into a super athlete. My background, elite performance coach. My team of world-class doctors and coaches and I help entrepreneurs, executives, high performers, athletes get shredded, develop a world-class mindset, and grow their business. We do this using our simple 3-step formula that we've used in decades of experience working with the world's best athletes. So if that is something that is of interest to you, you can check out the link below. Of course, in our program, it is a holistic program. So how you parent, if you are a parent, is going to be involved in that as well, because we're here to develop you also as a world-class leader. 40% overweight. This is crazy. So what I want to do is I want to give you 3 simple, actionable tactics you can apply today. Number 1 is to get your kid moving. And not only get them moving, but you move with them. You know, too often what happens is we have like a separation between business and our training and our family life. And so you might be training for an Ironman. You might be going to the gym every day, but then you do that in the morning while your kids are asleep, and then you work all day and you come home and, you know, you settle in and you have dinner, you help your kids with the homework, and that's the day. So your kids are not seeing you move. Ralph Waldo Emerson has a great, 19th century? Yeah, 19th century philosopher here in the United States. He says, your actions speak so loudly, I cannot hear your words. So as a parent, it's really critical that your kids see you moving, 1, and even better, work out with them. So what we encourage our clients to be is PMMs, perpetual movement machines. Another challenge with just like getting your workout done in the morning, going to the gym, and then not doing anything else throughout the day is you're still facing health consequences in your life from being sedentary, from a tightening hip flexors, from a sore lower back, from posture and things like that. There's a scientist named Katie Bowman who used to be at NASA who has found is that you need to be consistently moving, right? So you want to become a PMM and you want your child to become a consistent PMM. So yes, you can train for your triathlon in the morning. Yes, you can train for the gym in the morning, but then you want to be moving throughout the day. When you come home, you want to be moving with your kids. So there's a couple different ways you can do this. I've used the medicine ball. It has been a super, super valuable tool for me with my 2 boys. I've done over 1.1 million medicine ball throws with each of them. Because if you look at the data on sports science, medicine ball is like one of the most fantastic ways to build athleticism. Goes back to like this idea of like farmhouse strength, where we're doing a repetitive movement, but we're not doing the same thing over and over again, because each time you throw the ball, it's going to be slightly different. So it's really it's a benefit for them athletically, but also it's just a way to channel energy for the kids. And then it's also a way for you to spend quality time with them. So that was one idea I would recommend. But you know, what works for you? What resonates for you? What is your son or daughter interested in? Move with them doing that. Whether it's gymnastics, whether it's basketball, whether it's MMA, but find something that you guys can consistently do together. Because, again, leadership principle. Our actions speak so loudly, I can't hear our words. So we can tell our kid that they need to move more. We can tell our kid to be more aggressive and be more assertive in life. We can tell our kids all these things. But more, at times, a million of what we tell them is we need to be a model for that. And a simple, powerful way that you can be a model that also is going to help get your kid off the couch and turn them into a super athlete is to work out with them, practice with them. And not once a week, not twice a week. Find 10 minutes at least every day. Okay? So that's tool number one. Number two, this is going to be a fun one. I just know from personal experience, is minimize screen time. The data is absolutely unequivocal in terms of what large amounts of screen time are doing to kids mentally. And we're not going to talk about that here because that's outside this. It's so broad and disheartening. We could, it's a huge topic, but it's so big. It's outside the scope of this video. So let's just concentrate on what it does physically. It keeps our kids sitting down. It keeps them with their neck down, so they're hurting their posture. Also, varying by what they're watching, it's shortening their attention span, which is hurting their focus, which in turn, as we've talked about before, our focus and our mindset work synergistically, is hurting their mindset. So having their screen, having them looking at a screen for many hours in the day is going to do a lot of things physically and mentally. So when I got divorced from my ex-wife a few years ago, my son was still younger, and he had a phone more than he ever had before. And they were with her the first year, and when he saw me and I took it from him because I thought he was too young to have a phone, he flipped the fuck out.
FBI? Him.
And it's like a great example of just how addicted they are, right? And how addicted, humans are overall to their phones. Fortunately, the human brain is very malleable, especially at a kid's age. So after 24 hours of flip out, we were able to kind of move on with our lives. But I say that there is that if your kid's on the screen a lot and you follow this principle number two, then there is going to be some pushback, at least at first, but just understand the dire consequences of not doing that. And then also, again, we're super malleable, we're super adaptable. Give them a day or two and they will be fine. Again, based on just, I don't know how deep culturally your kids are, how much they're watching the screen, but it's worth the fight back. What that's going to do, it's going to help your kids focus. It's going to help your kids' mindset. It's going to help your kids' creativity. And it's going to get your kid more energized to actually go out there and move. Okay? So that's principle number two. Get your kid off the couch. Turn them into a super athlete. Minimize screen time. Again, our actions speak so loudly we can't hear your words. So if you are on your phone all the time in front of your kids, if you are watching Netflix all the time in front of your kids, then ask yourself, am I being the model of who I want my son or daughter to be and how I want them to show up and represent themselves? Because, again, how we show up determines much more how our kids are going to respond to us compared to what we say. Number three, get something on the calendar that really challenges them physically. So Joe DeSena, who founded the Spartan Race, has become a friend of mine. Absolutely incredible human being. He's doing some incredible work with Spartan kids as well. So I highly recommend you listen to him, check out his stuff. But when he talks about Spartan Race and getting people excited about Spartan Race, he says like how many over I think 1 million people have gone through a Spartan Race at this point. It's an obstacle course race, right? And what he has found is that the moment you get something like that on the calendar, you just start training harder, right? Because you know, I have this race in 6 weeks, in 8 weeks. And because of that, then I'm going to have to, I got to be able to have a certain amount of endurance to be able to run these hills. I got to be able to have a certain level of grip strength to be able to navigate these obstacles. I need to be able to have a certain level of coordination to be able to throw this spear, right? So you want to work and practice all those things. So everything gets elevated, just like an Olympic athlete knows, okay, we have 2.5 years left before the next Olympics. So I need to be all in to prepare for that moment. So we can do the same thing with our kids. So finding something that is challenging for them, that is going to get them excited to train and get motivated. So an example of what we're doing in my family is I have 2 boys, now 15 and 12, who are very into basketball. So what we are doing is we are literally moving across the country to a basketball program. It's one of the most elite basketball programs in the country. So my boys can focus on basketball and see how far they can really take that and be around the right culture and the right environment and the right coaches. Because of that, Maceo and KJ understand that they need to be putting an extraordinary amount of effort to be able to get the opportunity to do that and to be able to actually perform when they get there. So we have something big and distinct on the calendar. And in doing that, my kids understand that we better get our ass in gear or we're not going to, this is not going to go the way that we want. So it's really important, whether it's something like that, whether it's something like a Spartan race, whatever it is that your kid's into, find something in that really pushes them, that really challenges them. Because what that's going to do, it's going to kind of bring this all together, because it's going to not motivate, they'll be less motivated to be on the screen, right? They'll be more motivated to go train with you and improve in areas because they now have a specific target to shoot at, right? As human beings, we're teleological beings. I think that's part of the issue with kids nowadays. It's just there's nothing there that really motivates them, that energizes them. So you got to find what that is, or collaborate with them and try different stuff. But once you get something on the calendar, it is a really, really, really powerful, proven strategy. It's working with my boys. It's worked with Joe DeSena and his 1 million Spartan racers to get people to elevate their level of training, to elevate their level of focus on their nutrition and their sleep and their recovery. And as we talk about with all of our clients, the physiological fundamentals, training, nutrition, recovery, mindset, breath, focus, sleep, these 7 things, the same 7 apply for our kids. And the more they get those 7 right, then the better everything's going to be. The better their behavior, the better their academics, the better how they show up in society. So this all goes together. Again, it's very holistic. These 3 things. Good luck with number 2. I know I had to deal with my pushback in number 2, but damn well that screen's not winning over me in terms of my family. So I encourage you to do the same. So 3 simple, powerful things you can apply today to get your kid off the couch and turn them into a super athlete. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message in the comments, and I will see you guys at the next video and or podcast. Let's get better today.